Hello everyone, I hope you're doing well. In this video, we're going to be practicing foiling a binomial. This is a way to multiply two binomials together. Another word for this would be expanding and simplifying. I found this question in the McGraw-Hill Ryerson Functions 11 textbook, Chapter 1, Prerequisite Skills, Question 6. If you want private tutoring from me, or you want to enroll in my grade 11 functions course, visit my website, tutor.ca. Okay, so there's 6 parts to this question, but they're all pretty much the same. We just look at the expression. Okay, we have a binomial. So a binomial is a polynomial with 2 terms, one term. Let me rewrite part A here. So it's x plus 2 squared. And notice we're trying to multiply 2 binomials together. It might not look like it immediately, but remember what squared means. Squared means, multiply by yourself. So we are still multiplying 2 binomials together here. That's a binomial, and that's also a binomial. And the way you do this is the FOIL method, right? And so this helps you remember what is the order of the multiplication. So F stands for first, okay? And what that means is you multiply x times x together, right? So that would be x squared. X times x is x squared, right? Then outer is next, right? Outer is going to be your x times 2. Okay, x times 2 is 2x, and you're just going to add that on here. How about I color code this a little bit better? X squared, there you go. Right? Then the next thing is inner, okay, which is your 2 times x. Those are the inner 2, right, which is another 2x, right? Which is another 2x. And then finally we have last, okay, which stands for 2 times 2, these two together, right? So 2 times 2 is, of course, 4. And so what you want to do at this point is collect like terms that can add. So x squared and 2x cannot add because they have the same variable, but they're not the same exponent. But 2x and 2x, they can combine. 2x plus 2x is 4x. And so we have expanded. This going from this step to this step is expanding, and to go from this step to this step is simplifying. So we have expanded and simplified this expression. Okay, let's take a look at part B. Part B is n plus 3. That's the first binomial. And the second binomial is n minus 3. Okay, so once again, we're going to go with the FOIL method, right? We're going to do first, which is n times n, which would be n squared. Okay, then we have outer, which is n times negative 3. Right? N times negative 3 is negative 3n, right? Negative 3n. Okay, then we have the inner 2, which is 3 times n. So I'm just going to add 3n. And then finally, we have the last 2, which is 3 times negative 3, okay, which is minus 9. So we have n squared. And in the middle here, negative 3n and 3n, they're going to cancel out, actually. And you're just going to have n squared minus 9. This one simplifies a little bit more. This is a special pattern that you might remember from grade 10 called difference of squares, and that's what this pattern is here. Okay, let's move on to part B. Part C, I mean. Part C, we have 1/2 t minus 4 squared. Did I copy that right? Yes, I did. So once again, you have a squared on a binomial. So what you want to do is you want to write this out. T minus 4 times t minus 4. Instead of a square there, just actually write it out as t minus 4 times t minus 4. And notice we have 1/2 in the front. But this doesn't really complicate things. You can honestly forget about the 1/2. Just FOIL this, and then at the end, multiply everything by 1/2. You'll see. So let's start by just multiplying t minus 4 times t minus 4. Again, we want to use this FOIL method. So first is t times t, right? T times t is going to be t squared. Outer is going to be t times negative 4, which is going to be negative 4t. Inner is negative 4 times t, right, which is negative 4t again. And last is negative 4 times negative 4, which is positive 16. Once again, I want to collect like terms in the middle. And the 1/2 is staying on the outside there, right? So t squared minus 8t plus 16. And at this point, I want to distribute the 1/2 in. Multiply everything by 1/2 here. So I'm going to have 1/2 t squared, 1/2 t squared, okay, minus, okay, 1/2 times 8t, right? The negative just went to the front there. Okay, plus 1/2 times 16. So 1/2 t squared stays that. 1/2 times 8, that's 4, right? Multiplying by a half is the same thing as dividing by 2. So that's going to be negative 4t. And 1/2 times 16, 1/2 times 16, well, that's just 8. And there we go. We have expanded. So to go from the question to here is expanding, and to go from here to here is simplifying. Well, I guess we did a little simplifying in the middle here, turning negative 4t into negative 8t. Okay, let's take a look at D. So D is going to be pretty similar. It's 3x plus 3x minus 2. So once again, we want to FOIL these two and then multiply by 3 at the end, right? The 3 in the front, you can forget about for now. So once again, we're going to be using the FOIL method. Okay, so the FOIL method tells us that we first do x times x, okay, which is going to be x squared, outer x times negative 2, which is going to be negative 2x, inner, which is 3 times x, which is 3x, and last, which is 3 times negative 2, which is negative 6. Okay, and then from here we want to simplify inside the bracket, so 3x squared plus x minus 6. Negative 2x plus 3x is just positive x. Positive 1x you can call it if you want. And then at this point, we want to multiply the 3 in. We want to distribute this 3 into the bracket like that, right? So it's going to be 3x squared plus 3x minus 18. Just multiply everything by 3, distribute it properly there. Okay, that's part D. Part E is 4k minus 1, k plus 1. So 4k minus 1, k plus 1. Once again, at this point, you want to FOIL these together first, and then you want to multiply by 4 after. So 4 times, again, we want to use the FOIL method here, which tells us that we do first k times k, right, which is going to be our k squared. Okay. Then we do our outer. Outer is k times 1, which is just going to be k. Then we do our inner, which is negative 1 times k, which is negative k. And we do our last, which is negative 1 times 1, which is negative 1. Okay. And at this point, these two cancel. K minus k is just 0. So we just have 4k squared minus 1. Multiplying that 4 in now, right? We get 4k squared minus 4. That's a k, by the way. There we go. Okay, there's part E done. And finally, part F. Part F will be a little bit too hard for me to remember, so let me just take the screenshot and move it down here. So part F is, again, similar process. We want to FOIL these two together first, and then multiply by 2/3 at the end. So we're going to have a 2/3, okay, sorry, not 2/3 equals, 2/3 times, so I'll do it over here. 2/3 times. Now, again, we want to use our FOIL method. Whoops, not that. So F stands for first, 3x times 2x. Importantly here, 3x times 2x, that's going to be 6x squared. 3 times 2 is 6. X times x is x squared. Outer is 3x times 3. That's going to be 9x. And this should be in blue. 6x squared. There we go. Then inner is going to be negative 1 times 2x, which is minus 2x. And last is negative 1 times 3, which is negative 3. So finally, we want to simplify a little bit, collect like terms in the middle. So 6x squared minus 7x minus 3, right? So 9 minus 2 is just going to be 7. And now we want to distribute this 2/3 and multiply everything inside the bracket by 2/3. So this is going to be 2/3 times 6x squared minus 2/3 times 7x minus 2/3 times 3. And just to be clear where the 2/3 is coming from, let's just highlight that in green here. And so at this point, we need to use, we need to multiply these together. So remember, multiplying fractions, 6 is the same thing as 6 over 1. So it's going to be 2 times 6, which is 12 over 3 x squared. This is going to be 14 over 3 times x. And this is going to be 6 over 3. 2 times 3 is 6. 2 times 7 is 14. 12 over 3 is 4. 14 over 3 is 14 over 3. There's no way to simplify that. And 6 over 3 is 2. And there we go. A little bit of fraction work at the end there by multiplying by fractions there. But we get the answer nonetheless, and there is our answer. We have expanded and simplified. Okay, that's it for this question. I hope you found it helpful. If you want private tutoring from me, or you want to enroll in my grade 11 functions course, visit my website, tutor.ca. Thanks so much for watching. Have a nice day.